Yo, hey, what's up guys? We have to talk about Granite again. He is actually way better than we thought. He is the best of his class. I'm gonna tell you right now, he is a damage booster and the best defense breaker in the game right now. And that is due to his shatter buff and also bringing that decreased defense. So on the test server, we will check out what he can actually bring for you. I'm gonna give you some examples, but first we're gonna kind of talk about what he does. The shatter buff is 15% ignore defense. For other champions, that is just more than a usual decreased defense guy. He puts more ignore defense for you out there while bringing the decreased defense. That is really good by itself. And he brings cruelty. He is a fusion champion, so I guess everybody is able to get the 5-star if we want to. So he pushes even more defense down. That is really amazing. And also, what he can do, he's not only a defense breaker. We can put him in protection set, 9 piece, that means 5% per buff. How many buffs is he gonna bring? 2 right there. And also right here another one, that's 3, 15% while bringing all the defense breaking abilities. That is amazingly good. And also he brings increased crit damage, that also boosts your damage. Overall, that is a really insanely good kit together. And I'm gonna go give you a little example first for Titus. He is kind of a monster right now, so I'm just focusing on him and to let you know what is kind of possible. So what will happen, we're gonna use him in Hydra. When we don't have Crushing Rent, what I actually don't have right now, then we get huge defense down from our Granite by first of all having Merciless gear, 35%. That will be ignore defense 35% for you. Then we have a Crushing Rent right now on 20%, it's level 18. But keep in mind, you can get like some gemstones that ignore also some defense. Yeah, right there you can put 2 of them on a Cat's Gaze, that is just level 12 and it will have the same effect, just you don't get that much crit damage. So we are 35% plus 20, that's 55%. And then we get 15% out of our Granite. I kind of forgot his name for a second. And then we are on, what were we at? 35, 55, 60, 70. Then we get the clan, not clan, life arena bonuses. Then we are on 90%. So we will ignore 90% of the boss while not having a Crushing Rent. And then when you bring him in the team, you definitely have decreased defense. So you will break that even further. That is amazing. That is almost like you don't need Crushing Rent anymore, and that gives you some other options. Maybe you put Crushing Rent on him, then you can use another relic, or you can use something else like a Heaven Cast, what I have right now, that actually benefits me right now. This is really nice because I will ignore all the defense anyway. By itself, really nice. So that will be for Hydra. There are some options. I'm gonna give you example how much damage difference and all that. But also for Chimera, not Titus, Marius, for example, since he does have a Crushing Rent for me, 6-star, and he will have the Cat's Gaze for plus 18, but I already explained, like these gemstones, they can actually do something for you. We will be able to get 100% ignore defense on a champion that does not have any ignore defense by itself, with all the Merciless, like Merciless, 35%, then we get that one, 55%, then we get Crushing Rent, that's a 30%. So let me quickly rate. 35% Merciless, Crushing Rent 30%, so 65. Then we are on 85 plus the Shadow, we are on 100% ignore defense. And I think that's really great. And yeah, let's get into some examples so you can kind of see what I'm kind of talking about. So I made some example videos right now, and in this one I have my stacked up Titus like I would build him right now without the Crushing Rent because I don't have one, just a Lydia. So she puts out a decreased defense, she is in a feral set, so she gives also 10% more damage. Of course, everybody knows Lydia is really good in increasing the damage and all of that, right? But we're gonna kind of show that Granite is better than Lydia in that case right now for Titus. And later on, if your team is not the same as mine right now, this sure, no doubt that is probably different. But it shows you that you get more damage out of whatever you have. It does more damage for you after all. So we're gonna kind of skip to I think that's kind of okay. Let me see what Titus does right now. We're gonna see the damage, what it does. And then we're gonna put in our Granite in here and let's see the difference. Alright, when is his turn? Come on. Yeah, decrease defense, everything out there. So it is a good comparison. So what do we do right now? We do 201. I think that was one of the better hits, but we will see in a second. I think I can skip 2 times and then we are kind of back on our Titus again. Come on. Please. Alright, what are we doing right now? We're doing not even 200. So that was probably a Helm Smasher proc where we ignored some defense more than usual. But you know how it is. Helm Smasher is RNG. What did we have here right now? Wait, I kind of missed it. Alright. This one is also a really good one, 235. I guess that's Helm Smasher again. Alright. Let's skip 2 times, hopefully. One more time. Where's the Titus hits? Come on, I only want the Titus hits. I don't care about the rest. Yeah, that will take a while, but you kind of get a feeling what we're getting out of this team. And usually I saw like most of the time not even 200. And that was kind of not that great. Like, even still great, like it's just millions and millions of things. But like here, 182. So we have a difference between like 182 million and 230. And good numbers, but also we can increase that. Let's do one more hit about our Titus. I think it's 100 million again, maybe a little bit more. But it depends on the Helm Smasher, obviously. And we're trying to get the crushing rent on our Titus and to ignore even more defense. Maybe with him we don't even need that because he is really a great damage booster. Wait, I think I forgot. I just didn't realize that he was hitting again. Come on! Now one really big hit and then we will skip out our Lydia for Granite and we will see what is going to happen right there. Alright, what do we get out of here? Old Bronco, please hit. Why are you hitting that one? Oh, right there. Come on, hit something really good. Wait, what was it? 144. That could be the one head that has the most defense and we didn't ignore too much. So the damage is okay, no doubt, but we can increase that. Wait, where's the other one? Right here. Alright. So what can we do right here? Wait, I think I started the other video already and that was the 144. So let's skip a little bit forward. Let's see what we can do now with all the shatter, increased crit damage, protection buffs from him. Of course, Lydia was also boosting our damage by having a fuel set. And I try to make it a fair comparison, you know? And let's see what we can get now. Titus, please. Obviously, I know the outcome already. So, where's our Titus? Alright. Decreasing the defense a little bit more by Mad Hatter and Granite. So what do we get here? 291 already. That is way more. To be honest, it's maybe not really double, but almost double right here. Let's do another hit. Let's do a little bit skip. And right there, we got 263. That seems like a really good minimum right now. We have way more minimum that we have on the other team. So he is a great damage booster, to be honest. And that makes him kind of special. He's the best damage breaker in the game right now. For his complete skill set, he does really nice things. Even his own damage, it really sucks. It doesn't really do what you want. Maybe against Stone Skin in Arena, he can do something. But in Hydra and Chimera, I think he has uses. I really do, and he's better than something that you might already have. And yeah, let's do one more hit. 267. So, the minimum what we do right now is way better, and it's original the same team, just him in a protection set where Lydia has been in a Fero set. But what else can we do? Because I also was curious, what can I do when I actually do like have 100% ignore defense? Will that be insanely good on a Marius? Marius is kind of capped, and I wanted to see where it can go. All the ninjas, all the other champions, they will do more, and they will benefit even more about it. But I kind of wanted to know my Marius, so let's see what he can do when we do 100% ignore defense. 1.8 million with the first hit. 1.6 million with the second, and I think that is a 6. Yeah, let's say 1.6 million again with the third hit, plus some Slayer sets. And to be honest, that is really nice. He made that work. So Granite, think about it twice if you wanna skip him, because he is best of his class. He can break the defense, the best in the whole game. So think for yourself. Maybe you don't wanna skip him because he is one of the champions that brings the shatter buff, and that isn't really available for you, and it has some really good use. But yeah, that will be the end of the video. Make sure to press that like button, subscribe if you haven't done already, and yeah. Have a nice day.